welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited for tonight's video because we are going to be playing with makeup, and of course I'm always excited when it comes to makeup and beauty. So I'm very excited because we're going to be trying on some brand new products that I've never tried before, and then I'm also going to be trying on some products that I currently have in my collection, and we're just going to have fun today. So we're not going to go overly crazy today, but I do want to make this a kind of an end of summer look because the new products that I purchased are kind of bright, so I figured why not do a very dewy, beautiful glow look today. So let's get started. So I already primed my face. As you can tell, I am looking glowy today. I am shining. I'm sure you can see me from the stars. That's how bright I am shining today. But I did go ahead and exfoliate. I moisturized and I primed. And of course, I allowed enough time for my primer to completely dry. I know I've said that so many times in my prior videos, but again, it is such an important step because it prevents your foundation and your concealer from caking up, and it just gives it a nice sort of platform for your foundation. So I did allow enough time for that, and I am ready to get right into the foundation. So I'm going to be trying this brand new well, it's not brand new, but it's brand new to me. So it's a new product that I just purchased. It's called the L'Oreal True Match. It's from their Lumi collection. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and use my sponge. I'm going to use this guy. And the last time I tried this, I tried it with 2 pumps, and I realized that 2 pumps is not really enough. I think I'm going to go in with 3 pumps today, just because the last time I tried it, it didn't give me like any coverage. And after I put on the foundation, the concealer, and everything else, the rest of the face, you could still see my scars really peeking through. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more this time. You can tell this is a pretty Lumi foundation, and I know a lot of it has to do with the primer that I put on, which I'm so sorry, I totally spaced out and forgot to tell you guys what primer I have on. And tonight I am using the Wet n Wild Dewy Luminous face primer. So this is what it looks like. This is actually one of my favorite primers, like, of all time. I wear this one often because if you're looking for a dewy look, this is definitely one that will give you such a beautiful underneath kind of glow. All right, so now that we have on the foundation, I do see that it looks really pretty on the skin. It's not settling in the pores like some foundations do, and I do have larger pores, so I'm very happy with this foundation. This is my second time trying it, so far I'm liking it. And the last time I wore it, it did wear pretty nice throughout the day, so I can't complain about this foundation at all. And aside from that, I love L'Oreal in general. Like, they have been coming out with so many good products lately. I just don't remember their formulas being like this years ago, but they have been really stepping up their game and coming out with some really, really good formulas and good products. So I'm very, very satisfied with L'Oreal. All right, so now that I have my foundation on, we are gonna go ahead and conceal. For the concealer, I am going to be wearing a concealer that is also new. I purchased it not that long ago, but I haven't worn it enough yet, so I'm still in the testing and reviewing stages of this product. But this concealer is the Dior Forever Skin Corrector. So this is what it looks like. I have tried it a couple times, and the times that I have tried it, I really liked it. So far, I think this concealer is a really good one. I would highly recommend it. It is a higher end product, but it definitely is worth the money. And it isn't cakey or anything like that. I would like to set the under eyes immediately. So today we are going to go in with the Fenty loose powder in the shade Butter. And it does have a very light scent to it, but it just smells so good. It smells like, you know, like a perfume, but like the sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, like a very small amount, like not heavy at all. And we're gonna go ahead and set the forehead and the bridge of the nose and the chin and Cupid's bow. So for the rest of the face, we're gonna go ahead and set it with this powder that I've been trying now for a few days. I did use it in one of my last videos, and I feel like I'm kind of obsessed with this powder now. It might be actually one that's on the top of my favorite powders of all time, and that is this NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Alrighty, so as you can tell, this gave me a very pretty glow, and it did give me some coverage on my cheek areas where I do have some acne scars, because I did notice that this foundation, this Lumi one, is not full coverage at all. I would say it is a very light coverage foundation. I do love it. I just don't think it gave me like any coverage. So I would say it's probably the equivalent of a tinted moisturizer. That's how light it is. So just one thing to keep in mind. But personally, those are my favorite kinds of foundations, because I don't like to feel like I'm wearing a lot of foundation. I like very light coverage foundations. And then if I do want to cover anything, I do use more concealer. Next, we are gonna go ahead and go in with a bronzer. So for the bronzer, go ahead and use this beautiful Too Faced, it's called the Natural Face palette. As you can tell, I've gotten a lot of uses from it. I've already hit pan on at least 3 of the colors, but in this palette, you are going to get 2 highlights, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers. So technically I use this one often as a contour, but you can use it as a bronzer. So I think tonight I'm gonna go ahead and use it as an all over bronzer, because I do have a separate palette that I wanna go in with for the contour. So we're gonna grab a smaller bronzing brush. I'm just gonna use my Morphe one, and I'm just gonna dip right into that bronzer. It's called Sunny Honey. So let's see. I'm just gonna blend it all very nicely. All right, so now that we have our Bronzer on, we are gonna go ahead and contour the face. This is what it looks like. This is another one of my favorite palettes. I use this one very often, especially for the contouring. Actually, I really don't use these as bronzers. I maybe 99.9% of the time I use these as contours. So this, like, you've got 4 big pans. I like to use clearly these two. Don't like it when palettes don't have mirrors. And there's plenty on the brush, so I don't typically go in and dip it in again. I just use whatever's left over from the brush. We're gonna use that lightest shade from the palette, which is this one. And then I'm gonna use this brush right here. This is the one that I always use to contour my nose. It is a smaller, flatter brush, so you do want to use something sort of like this because you will want to blend in there as well. So I'm just gonna grab some of that. And then I'm gonna start from the top over by the eyebrow area, and I'm just gonna work it all the way down, and I'm gonna make it as thin as I want the nose to look. So obviously I do want the nose to look a little bit thin. So I'm just gonna start drawing a line depending on how thin I want my nose to look. And I like to go in there and dip some more of my brush in that lighter color. So that's why I don't like to go in there with the dark shade, because I do want to build it up and I want that option to be able to control that and decide how much of it I want to use. So that's why I go in with a lighter bronzer. The end of the nose here, I like to kind of draw a circle and then fill in the rest of the nose. All right, and since we are cleaning up the face and we're really getting into the contour piece of it, I do want to show you something that I do sometimes. I don't do it often, but I used to do it all the time, but I haven't really been doing it because I haven't really felt the need to do it. But another trick that I have for when you're contouring, and see how sometimes it can get a little messy down in these areas, like this whole like lower cheek. What I like to do is grab the powder that I initially set this area with and use a sponge like this one. This is a Morphe one, and it is like a angled brush, so it's like kind of sharp. And then what I'll do is I'll put the powder, I'll sort of like clean up this area here so that it doesn't look so muddy. And I'm not saying it looks muddy right now, but I do want to kind of show you that trick to kind of show you what I'm talking about. But I'm going to go ahead and put some of that powder on this cap here, the NYX powder. And I'm going to put quite a bit of it on because I am going to need quite a bit of this. And then I'm going to grab this angled brush and I'm going to dip it in like this, like stamp it on there. See? And then what I'll do is I'll sort of clean that area up. So I'll start where the lip is. And then I'll do the same to the other side. So here's that. And then with that angled edge, I'm gonna clean it up here. Just picked up. It is by Burt's Bees, and it is their cream blush. So this is what it looks like. And then I'm trying to contemplate whether I should go in with my finger and sort of dab it on first, or if I should just go straight in with the brush. And I think I'm gonna go in a little bit and warm it up with my fingers, because another good trick is when you use your fingers to sort of warm up any product you're using. So if you're using a cream concealer, it's really good idea to warm it up between your fingers before you go in, because that kind of melts in. As you can see, it's already sort of melted. So then I'm just gonna kind of dab it here with the finger and see if that helps. You can already see that it is such a pretty color. So we're just gonna kind of use the brush to kind of spread it out. Go in and dab it on. As you can tell, a little bit of this goes a long way. And then I do have always like handy dandy wet wipey on standby, because I know I get dirty. I get down and dirty, and I mean business. So I always have like a towel there waiting for me to clean up my mess. I'm just gonna hit up the nose a little bit. And then I'm also gonna get in that forehead area too. I love to put my blush there because it kind of matches the rest of the face, and it gives me like a sun-kissed look. So now we're gonna go ahead and wipe off that powder. And I'm just gonna grab like a clean sweeper brush. I always call these sweeper ones because I just use them just to sweep excess powders off. I don't ever use them for like putting actual product on them. So I'm just gonna sweep off that excess powder. And sort of just blend everything in. As you can tell, it cleaned everything up nicely. I highly recommend you guys go pick up this Burt's Bee Cream Blush. Again, the shade that I'm wearing is the Strawberry Cream. So for the highlight, we're gonna go ahead and go in by Rihanna. This is in the shade, this is a duo. So you get two highlights in this package. You get the Mean Money, which is this one right here, and then Hustla Baby, which is this one. I like how I said the Hustla Baby. But it's called Hustla Baby. So I'm super excited to try this. This is a newer product. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my highlight brush, and we're gonna hit up the cheekbones. So I'm gonna grab the bridge of the nose. So as you can see, it's really giving it a really cool, glowy look. And then of course I need to get the Cupid's bow. Alrighty, I am back, and as you can tell, I went ahead and filled in the eyebrows, and I am looking nice and snatched. And for the eyebrows, I use Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So this is what she looks like. It's a very cool bottle, and you have your liner here, or your pencil, and then on the other side you get a spoolie. So I went ahead and did all of that, and I will say, I know this is a really popular eyebrow pencil. Like, I know it's, a lot of people really love it. I want to say I like it. I'm just not like 100% like obsessed with it like some people are. I mean, I feel bad saying this, but I have some drugstore ones that perform the same, if not better. So, I mean, I like it. I was expecting more from a high-end product, but I am particular with high-end products anyway, so maybe I'm being too judgmental, but I did mention in some of my other videos that I do hold high-end products to a higher standard. So the expectation is much higher when it is a high-end, but I do like it. I just like it, and we'll leave it at that. So the eyebrows are done. Most face is all done. Next step, I usually going to be the lip liner. We're gonna go in with this essence, and this is in the shade Mood. We're gonna go ahead and try this awesome looking pink. It's in the shade Fuchsia for Me, which is super cute, and it is by Maybelline, and on the front of it there's like a little flower, and it says Every Mother Counts by Christy. So I just love the theme. I love the fact that it says Every Mother Counts. I am a mother, so it definitely makes me feel some type of way, and the shade is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm like super excited to try this. And this is the reason, this right here is a reason I did not want to go in with a heavy eye, because I wanted the lips to be the focal point today. So this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it's a very beautiful fuchsia color. It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful summery pink. So really digging this. I just love Maybelline's lipsticks though. I will say I wish I had every color in their collection, because they have the best lipsticks. I do have a lot of their lipsticks like this, but I just love the fact that Maybelline keeps coming out with new shades. I couldn't be happier with that brand. Alrighty, so I went ahead and also did the top and bottom lashes, and I am wearing the e.l.f. Big Mood. This is their brand new line. I believe it's their metallic line. I haven't done much research on that line, but I think it's Tove Lo, the singer. But another product that I have been wearing now for a few weeks is this Believe moisturizing eye balm. So this is a balm that is supposed to give your eyes some elasticity. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But it's supposed to give your under eyes moisture and give it elasticity. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. But yeah, it's supposed to make them elastic, and it's supposed to give your under eyes moisture. And I guess I'm not very educated when it comes to eye balms, because I simply don't really wear eye balms, so I don't really know the purpose of them. I don't understand why it would need to be elastic. I don't know if it's because of wrinkles, where you want it to be elastic for wrinkle purposes. I guess I don't know. So if you guys know product, or you know why one would want to wear this, it does say that it gives your eyes some moisture, the under eyes moisture. And again, I don't really know why you would want the under eyes to be moisturized, but again, that could be part of me just being uneducated. But I've been wearing this for a few weeks now, and I did notice some difference in the wrinkles, just a little bit. So I'm gonna keep wearing it and then give it like my full review after wearing it for a couple months, just because I know it is a skin product, and I know sometimes it does take a little bit longer for the skin products for you to notice differences. I'm very excited that I was able to try new products as usual. And you'll notice, like, I try new things all the time, so I'm always shopping, I'm always buying new products, and my hair is kind of looking crazy today because I've had it up in a ponytail or a bun all day. So right now it's looking really crazy. But yeah, this is the final look. It is a very, you know, very dewy look today, but there's not much going on in the eyes. It's just mostly the face makeup and the skincare. As you can tell, the skin just looks beautiful. I definitely owe it to all of the skincare products that I'm using today and all of the makeup products. So I definitely recommend that you pick up the Lumi foundation. Again, it doesn't give you a whole lot of coverage, but it does look really beautiful on the skin. And of course, the Dior concealer. I love this concealer. It definitely does a good job at concealing, and it definitely looks really pretty under the eyes. The setting spray, this just gives you a really beautiful glow, but a little bit of this goes a long way, so make sure you shake it very well and then just add a little bit of it. But I do love every product, and I can't forget about the primer. So in order to get the dewy look, you do want a dewy primer. So that is all I have for today, folks. I hope, as usual, I hope you love this video. I hope you give it a huge thumbs up and comment, and just give me feedback if you would like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.